Let's not waste any time. Here 7 ideas, new ideas that you can try right now to bring some creativity, effectiveness to your day-to-day Scrum activities. Number 1, pick up a story. Why not write a user story or test a user story? If you have coding knowledge, development knowledge, why not even code something? It will make your days more interesting and also bring something extremely valuable, show something extremely valuable to your team. The courage to go beyond their boundaries. This will incentivize team members to gradually test new things out, try new things out outside of their field of expertise. Cross-functionality in a team, extremely important. The team needs to have all the knowledge, all the skills required in order to build the product. And if you have a single back-end developer, as an example, and this person goes on leave for 1 month, 2 months, what do you do? What do you do if you have someone who also knows back-end work because they gradually learned it, they liked it, with courage they learned it? 2 weeks off, that's okay, but team is still considered cross-functional because everyone can build what is needed to build the actual product. The team is also T-shaped. Everyone has sort of some knowledge of everything. Obviously, there's experts in the teams, but everyone has sort of some knowledge on all the areas of expertise on the team. It will also increase team spirit, motivation, engagement, because everyone is working together, collaborating together. Number 2, one-to-one coaching or one-on-one coaching, depending on your preference. I talk with a lot of Scrum Masters, from my coaching clients, my colleagues, people who actually coach me. And I'm always very surprised that most Scrum Masters, like more than 50% of Scrum Masters I talk to, they don't do one-to-one coaching. I don't get it. Why? Why are you not talking to your team members, especially if you have a new team? Maybe your team members, for new teams, they are not trusting each other yet. They are not safe with each other. And as a Scrum Master, it's very important that you help the team collaborate better, collaborate more. If you need to do one thing and one thing alone as a Scrum Master, please do that. Please help the team collaborate. Please help the team trust each other, be safe around each other, talk with each other throughout the day. That's one of the most important things that a Scrum Master should be able to support the team in doing. Collaboration is extremely important, and one of the best ways to do that is one-to-one coaching with team members of your Scrum team. But this part is a little bit tricky. When I tell Scrum Masters, especially new Scrum Masters, to do one-to-one coaching with a team, they do a coaching call, one-to-one coaching call with each team member, or a face-to-face conversation, depending on your preference. They start asking questions. That's the first thing they do. How are you feeling in the team? Do you like the team? How is the collaboration in the team? How can you improve the team? How can you improve your work? All these things. It's an interrogation. Thousands of questions. That's not one-to-one coaching. Maybe that's one-to-one coaching later. But when you start with someone, get to know the person. It's your team member. Get to know the person. You don't need even to talk about work, about the project. No one cares. Talk about them. Let them talk. Ask them what they like doing in their free time. Ask them, do they have a spouse? Do they have kids? How old are their kids? All the things that you would talk about like you're talking about with a friend in a casual manner. Treat the person like a new friend. And you're starting to just wanting to get to know that person. Really. It doesn't work if you don't believe that. Really want to get to know that person. And this person will open up to you. And something magical will happen. Maybe not after 15 minutes, a 15-minute call. Obviously not. But after a few calls, something magical will happen. The person will start liking you, trusting you, being safe around you. And when this happens, you can start asking questions, or you let the person talk, and this person will share how they can improve in the team, how we can improve the team, and even give you feedback, honest feedback, because this person feels safe and they trust you. That's how you serve a team. You can't serve a team if people are not trusting you. They don't feel safe around you. How will they tell you what's wrong? How will they tell you how they need improvement, they need help? So start with getting to know people first. Number 3, define some sprint goals, but not your typical sprint goals as defined in the Scrum guide. No, personal sprint goals. This one is exciting. I love this concept. Each and every sprint, at the end of a sprint, in the sprint retrospective, all team members decide on a specific goal, a single goal that we will undertake in the next sprint. It doesn't need to be user story related or product related. It can be anything. Usually developers will want to improve their coding skills, learn new stuff. Maybe a product owner wants to read a book on product management. Maybe the designer wants to experiment with a new way of getting feedback. Specific goals for each team member. I love it. It's great. I love it. It will improve efficiency of each team member and the team. In the long run, they are continuously making small improvements, improving their skills, their knowledge, growing, and team engagement will increase. Motivation will increase. Number 4, celebrate small wins and have fun sessions. At the end of each and every sprint with teams I support, I organize a team fun session. I facilitate the session. The goal of this session is to have fun together. You can play games face-to-face or remotely, depending on your preference. I like playing the fishbowl game. It's down below. You can try it out. It's really fun. The goal of the fun session is to help them collaborate. Remember, your goal as Scrum Master is to help the team collaborate with each other, talk with each other, and playing games together. It's a great way to do it. The game is not important. It just needs to be fun, very casual, nothing related to work, so that we can get to know each other, have fun with each other, and maybe a little bit of competition between each other. And celebrating small wins is also extremely important and underrated. I don't see people doing it enough. It can be anything. Maybe to celebrate the success of a sprint, we're going to play some games at the end of a sprint. We're going to take 2 hours, 3 hours off at the end of a sprint. Everyone, the product owner, the Scrum Master, will bring us lunch or coffee, chocolates at the end of a sprint, just to celebrate what we did in the sprint. Even if it's small, we need to celebrate it. This makes team members proud of their achievements, even if it's small. It improves engagement in the team, motivation. People like working together, and they will be willing to build better products just so that they can celebrate this small win. It looks stupid, but it's scientifically proven. You can just Google it. Number 5, remove distractions. Multitasking is a silent and slow productivity killer. Are you focused on this video right now, or you're doing something else at the same time? Maybe playing with your phone. Everyone does it, jumping from one task to another. It's human nature, I would say, and the environment causes it. As per University of California, Irvine study, it takes 23 minutes to get back in the flow on a task. 23 minutes. So if you're working on something and you jump to something else, maybe take a call, it will take 23 minutes to get back where you were. Really focus on whatever task. And just imagine people, every 23 minutes they are jumping from one task to another. Or even every 5 minutes I know people doing that. It's insane. How can you get things done? And it starts with you. I won't go into all the productivity tips. There's thousands, there's tons of videos on YouTube. You can just watch it. But the one thing I like doing, especially as a Scrum Master, is to batch things together. Every 3 hours, I read my emails. Every day, at the end of the day, I know that I have a few coaching calls that I need to do. One after the other. Or maybe every 3 days, I batch that full day of coaching calls. That's okay. It's draining a bit, but I save time instead of jumping from one thing to another. I can put my status on the Slack or Microsoft Teams if you use Do Not Disturb, or even emails. Every 3 hours, I reply to emails. Nothing is urgent but needs to be replied every 15 minutes. I do everything to remove all the distractions. And you can implement the same thing with your team, but ask the team. Ask the team what is causing distractions right now, and they will tell you. No one likes being distracted, especially from calls, from emails, from meetings. Maybe something that people typically like saying is 2 hours prior to lunch, no meetings, no calls. Because that's for one of the most productive times of the day for most people. So no calls, no meetings, 2 hours prior to lunch. And people will have a good 2 hours to focus on coding and then we can do our meetings afterwards. But ask the team. Don't implement something. Don't tell them that they need to do that. Ask the team and they will tell you what they want, what they need. Organize a testing day. Maybe you have a big release coming soon or a new feature that you would like to test. Why not test it together as a team? Book 3 hours, 4 hours, and get everyone together. Face-to-face, I would recommend, but you can do it remotely, and everyone together collaborates to test this feature, to test the application. It's fun when everyone works together to test something. We can have a laugh, we can talk, we can really have fun together. And we're testing. The product owner is testing, the designers are testing, the business analysts, if you have them, the Scrum Masters, the developers, everyone is testing and they're improving their skills, widening their skills. Next time there's a bottleneck into testing, maybe the product owner can help. Maybe the Scrum Master can help. The designer can help. Other developers who only do development. I know developers don't like doing testing, but developers, they are doing testing because everyone is testing together. They are widening their skills. Number 7, learn. I wanted to end this video with what I believe is the most important thing a Scrum Master needs to do every single day. Learning. I recently surveyed 152 Scrum Masters, and most of them spend less than 30 minutes per day learning new stuff. Less than 30 minutes per day. You can watch this video here. Agile, Scrum, ever changing, always changing. And if you want to be a good Scrum Master, you need to be up to date. You need to constantly, continuously be learning. And Agile and Scrum, only a small percentage of a role of a Scrum Master in terms of knowledge, in terms of skills. Most of the skills required for a Scrum Master is soft skills. Soft skills that take years of practice, years of knowledge building up to really get good at these soft skills. Agile, Scrum, easy part, the easy part really. It looks hard if you're a new Scrum Master. It looks complex. There's tons of things to learn, but that's the easy part. The soft skills part, that's the hard part. You need to be constantly learning new things, reading books, articles, watching videos, watching my YouTube channel, taking courses, buying my courses. Always be learning, and it compounds. In a few years, you'll be amazed by how much you changed compared to now. But you need to start a little bit every single day, which brings me to my next point. If you want more tips, insights on Agile, Scrum, personal growth, click on the video that stands out the most on the screen right now, and I'll see you in a few seconds.